he is best known. Yes, come on. Yes, hello.
I'm the Chief Science Officer of IndieBio, so what I do is we actually make investments in small biotech startups that are changing the world. We've got about 68 companies that we work with up to now, and we're going to talk about some of their mind-bending sort of business plans tonight, and what they're actually doing. It's just a completely different way to think about biology.
Yes, wonderful, and yeah, he is extensive. Yes, very exciting. Very exciting.
Lots of work. Yeah, the seat, my man.
Take a seat, Ron.
Oh, good.
Yes, you do. All right.
Stand when I work.
Ron, is this your first time on stage with comedians?
I believe it is since the 3rd grade.
Are you getting flashbacks of like being bullied or something?
Yeah, if someone pulls some water out and throws it, I'm out of here.
All of my jokes are at the 3rd grade level.
No boogers, please.
All right, and just a quick question before we start is biology, the code of life. Once we tap into that, it changes society forever. What are your thoughts about being able to tap into that and what it has in store for us in the future?
So what we're really finding tonight, and we'll talk about some of that tonight in the program, is that biology was kind of like an abstract science in the 20th century, but in the 21st century, it's going to participate in everything that we make, everything we use. It's the natural way of producing materials, about making consumables, making products, making food. Everything about us is biological, and biology is the technology that's going to make us make everything that we need. And it's going to do it that way. We're going to do it that way because it's sustainable and it's cheaper for everybody and it produces better quality of life. Don't see if you believe it.
I think it's time to learn more. Let's start with our first question, shall we?
Yeah, let's go with it.
Let's do it.
So first question I answer. So the theme tonight is that biology is everywhere. It's all around us, and we're using it all the time. So we'll like that.
We couldn't violate the Apple trademark, so we had to put a pear on the.
Have to be careful if you're a comedy science show.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay, first question. And if you answer the question right, you get a fabulous prize from our magical box. So the question is, which of these 3 things is the most evolved? What is which of these things most evolved?
Okay.
You have your question in your hand up the first one. Hand up.
All right.
Yeast, crabs, or human beings? I started this as like my last STD clinic visit, and we talked about both yeast, crabs, and human beings.
Not the kind of crabs
That's
Kevin has.
I think there's a Freudian slip here, and that was.
All right. You ready for the answer?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They're all equally evolved.
Oh,
That
trick
is
question.
correct.
Come on down. That's not people in this crowd. Just fucking trick question. And you get, of course. Over here. This got my blazer, so that's how, yeah. I know she's on my team. DNA stuffed animal.
No way! My mother called us.
Oliver, so what would you do, you think, with this stuffed DNA?
Probably just put it on my bed.
Okay, sweet. Keep you warm at night? There's so many places we can go with that.
I would clone dinosaurs.
Okay, yeah, well, she's married on her bed. That's good. Give her a round of applause.
All right. And so the answer was, they're all the same, except maybe the yeast.
That's what I thought.
I think we need to give her a prize too.
Yes!
She got the other answer. And that is that sometimes when we really care about an organism, especially like a little one like a yeast, we'll mutate it like crazy to try to get it to do something we want, like make tastier beer. So there may be a slight edge to yeast. The real answer, the next slide, is that they're all equally evolved. I'm sure our friend in the back can agree is because they've all been around the same length of time. Evolution is about time and mutations, and And that's basically every living thing has been around the same length of time. They've all had the chance to evolve the same amount.
So just to clarify, even though bacteria has been around for billions of years and humans have only been around for 6 million years, because we all came from the same evolution,
That's right.
we're all the same. Okay.
That is right. We all got the same mutations, and some of the bacteria became us, and some of it is staining our bathtub.
But isn't that a self-esteem downer? You know, we've all been on the race the same amount of time, and somebody's just like beer yeast, the other one's a human. Like, damn it, where did I go wrong?
Yeah, some of us feel like winners, but we're all winners, just like.
Oh, that's right.
My kid just graduated kindergarten.
Everyone has their own DNA.
We're all winners, just like kindergarten.
I said not to spill my DNA.
So I want to say, for the rest of the questions, so I wanted to do something a little different tonight than from the science talks I've given. Scientists often talk about problems, not necessarily about solutions. We're going to talk about problems and solutions. Usually people come back from a science talk and will say, oh, I went to the Cal Academy and I saw a talk on astronomy. But you learn, like, we're really small. We're so small, we have no meaning, life is empty. Or I say, like, oh, I saw an environmental talk today, and we learn, like, we're all going to die. So we're going to try to talk about how we can solve problems using human ingenuity about technology. And I hope you.
So you're saying we're not all going to die then?
We are all going to die.
Spoiler alert. That's my tombstone will say. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I know.
Okay, great. All right. Let's see what the next question is. I know you're all ready. Magic box is here. Okay, so biotechnology saved the environment once before, and there are 4 possible things that who could save us from. Does anybody want to hazard a guess? A, B, C, or D?
Red tides killing the fish. Fishery
Man,
stocks
hand back there.
boring beetles killing the trees.
Where's the jam?
Are we ready?
I hope it's not.
If you have to ask,
I just been killed by box recently. No,
Sorry, what's that?
Said fishery stocks.
What was that?
Fishery stocks.
Fishery stocks. That is correct. The red tide. You said the same the red tide. The fish from the red tides, right?
No.
Oh, you're wrong. Okay, now the big question. Who's going to be second? Because I screwed up. Okay.
Yeah, I believe that they saved the environment from the boring beetles with the advent of the mildly entertaining beetle.
That is a really funny arrangement. Thank you, Drew.
Hollywood
But
Age.
it is completely wrong. He's still the next thing. The boring beetles are still killing all the trees, and we're gonna die.
I think it's red tides killing the fish.
You didn't want to say Mothra because that's the real answer. All right,
I wanted it to be Mothra because
I
it
think-
sounds like a rapper. I never quite
You know what? He was surprised. All right, that's
Eureka.
The red tide.
On down, red tides.
So was it Mothra?
What's red tide?
Yeah. For you, sir, you're going to this nice little book on Intro to Biohacking. Something to do with your downtime, maybe hack your own body. Ever thought of doing that? No? If you had to hack your body, what would you do?
Yes. A hacker body?
Well, she's excited. She actually has your answer for you. Did you know that?
He's going to come back and
Just
do all
gotta
the
think about it
animals
really
to
hard.
like.
Just gotta think about it.
Any ideas?
Arm cannon.
A hacker.
No, okay. Give her a round of applause.
I wasn't going through an airport security check.
It wasn't all about that. So what happened? In the 1970s, late 60s, people, I don't know, maybe people were not alive in the late 60s, but when I was a little kid, laundry detergent came in a box the size of a small refrigerator, and you would scoop out 2 cups and put it in an average washer. And everybody in the house was doing this, and all the phosphates from the wash would go out to the rivers, and the algae loved it. And when it got to the ocean, they would just create these huge red tides, and they would kill all the fish. And people said, you just can't use detergent, soap in laundry detergent. And and so what happened was, After that, they passed laws that said, look, you just can't put detergent in soap, in laundry soap. And what they did was they started adding enzymes to all of the soap, to all of the detergents, and now they're about 2 times the size of a quarter, and maybe a half an inch thick. And they just contain dozens of enzymes that do all kinds of things. They break up the stains, they take care of your fabric, they'll clean the metal in your silverware, they do everything, and they almost use no material at all. And they no longer have red tides from laundry detergent.
Hell yeah.
What year was that?
That has every time you went, your mom or you went to the grocery store and you got out of the bottle that said new and improved, it actually was improved. I can't actually lie. I know.
First.
Amazing. But they didn't want to tell you actually what they improved because that would be scary. There's a new enzyme in there and it did something new. And so it used to be blood stains to be a problem. If you happen to have a bloody shirt or something from something.
You had that.
That's right. You put it there in the enzyme, but they chew up the blood, you just won't see it on the shirt this time, right? It's really amazing.
Fantastic.
What problem is that? Chew up the blood? What problem is that? Only for some people. Have blood on their shirt. But mine stains too, and serial killers. Making the world safe for serial killers.
So what year was that?
This has happened progressively since the 70s until now. There's now probably 20 or 30 different enzymes in that little packet. The little, like the blue and the green color that you could throw in the dishwasher or in your laundry. Each one of those enzymes doing something different.
Is that a Procter & Gamble or Johnson & Johnson or everyone?
You know what? Every detergent that's in business, every single one of these detergents uses the enzymes. You say, not mine. Yes, it is.
So about 50 or so years ago, the whole lot of laundry detergent we used had extra phosphate in the runoff, which would cause the red tide.
Well, this was in the 70s. They passed the laws in the early 70s because fish were just dying off like in droves. You could go to the beach and there'd be like a surface of dead fish there. Really, really fun for the weekend for the family.
From the red tide.
From the red tides. Because also the algae, what happens is the algae grows to the point where it's just a little red, but when there's a ton of it in there, it turns completely red, and it sucks up all the oxygen. So the fish just sort of turn over like Goldie did in the 3rd grade and they float to the surface, and then they all do it. And so you see how the fish were in the water, but then we learned about this.
Are they edible still?
Edible or they edible? She's ready for an EDM concert.
She was another
Why? Because I want to eat fish.
Next week there's going to be a red tide edibles with them. The red tide could have other meanings. But are you basically supporting doing your laundry in the ocean?
Yes.
Well, if you ever like took a shirt from the beach and brought it home, it's like stiff, it's really stiff, right? Sorry, it's really stiff. Like you could use it for a cane. I don't think that's good.
Right, not going to work.
But it would be even cheaper if you're into saving the 20 cents or so from the.
Now, but hasn't biotech also solved? Hasn't biotech also solved the fishery stocks depleting and boring beetles killing trees?
No, almost every fishery stock in the world is almost depleted. And the boring beetles,
Plant-based fish?
well, we're going to talk about that, but right now, every one of them is endangered. And so, consuming seafood is really becoming a problem. We will talk about that a little bit later. But if you drive north on I-5 to Oregon, where my parents live, you may not meet my parents, but you will see, like,
I would enjoy that.
We'll do laundry out in the ocean.
Yeah, we're doing laundry. Not really something for the weak at heart. But there's also miles and miles of dead trees. And they're all because of the beetles. They're just digging in there. The winters are more mild. They might get killed out by the freeze. And so that's still an unsolved problem. Sadly.
Okay.
All right, let's move on.
This is like a horror movie. There's dead trees, there's dead fish floating on red water.
But these improved laundry detergents doing fine. Thank God laundry detergents.
All right. There you go.
Okay, third question. A little harder, hopefully. All right, petroleum plastics are the #1 solid waste source in the world.
Okay.
Thank you, people.
Do we know about the Pacific Garbage Patch?
Yeah.
All right.
Steve Dyer. Awesome. What is the second biggest source of solid waste.
Solid
Right there.
waste.
Hold on.
Right there.
Outside lands? Most likely, but they do.
Is it human fecal waste?
That is a very good guess, but it is not because it doesn't stay solid.
You know, but you still want to take the same people to do it.
Diapers.
Diapers?
Diapers.
No, that was very good. That's getting closer.
Aluminum.
Are
Okay,
those,
raise another answer.
Is it styrofoam?
no, that's plastic. That's actually plastic.
These are good guesses.
Very good guesses.
Personal wipes.
Personal wipes.
Okay.
Personal life, so.
Hold on.
Probably responsible for that.
One more guess.
Cigarette butts.
No, there's fewer smokers all the time. So, also very small. Here's a clue. All of us in the room are contributing right now. Everyone.
Oxygen.
Cell phones.
Incorrect answers to questions. It's still fecal matter.
Fecal matter doesn't turn solid. What is it?
Thoughts.
Okay.
CO2.
Okay, here's another one. Okay, here's another one. Only people with really large closets are contributing less.
I knew it. Oh wait, no, I didn't know.
No one in San Francisco has large closets.
Okay, what do all of us have right now? Baby, loads.
What? I knew it. No, you didn't. I thought about it like.
All right. And we personally want. I said it before you, but since you're a white guy, you get it. I'm sure you get it. So we're having white privilege up here. Wait, are you kidding? Give him the shirt. He needs it. Wait, you actually have Cuban.
Are you giving him a shirt for guessing the clothes? That is solid waste.
Oh, the irony of it all.
This is the most ironic prize ever. You contributed that to the clothes for the biggest source of waste. Use a shirt. Here's your honorary shirt so you can contribute. You know what? You're lucky. You're lucky Luke wasn't the answer.
I knew it.
All right, big round of applause.
It's all shirts.
Hey, Joe Tobin, it's you when you were 5. See how much better the head looks on the whole body?
That's actually being very amazing. See, flying. Yeah. Fashion.
The price of
That's your inner child right now.
There it is.
especially shoes. Shoes are the plastics of clothes, last really long.
Rubber.
There's something like 2 billion pairs of shoes made every year.
2 billion with a B.
And about 300 million pairs of shoes get thrown away every year, so thank you, closets.
I don't own my own shoes, I just use
Yeah, we
Uber.
launch at home. But, so one of our companies that we worked with, next slide. Oops, let me back up. So they learned to make biodegradable leather. So leather's MycoWorks. They're making leather out of mushrooms.
Yeah.
It takes about 3 weeks to grow a cowhide-sized piece. They can dye them and create all these different textures.
So it feels so good, it feels so real.
Alan loves it.
That is gonna be one.
Yeah, I would love to see like Hell's Angels from your leather. Does he you high?
Well,
Yeah, does he get you high?
Wait a
Let's
second.
just read you. We have a question?
That was a dumb
Where
question.
can you get this? Because I've not heard of that before.
Well, actually, MycoWorks is the company, and they're still looking to mass manufacture. The company's only a year old. San Francisco artist, one of the San Francisco artists who actually started it. He's been working with mushrooms for a long time.
In other capacities.
That's right to put
He's
it.
made building materials.
You have to be on mushrooms. Oh man, it should be leather. It's a bit belt. Yeah.
But the most basic thing is, so it takes 3 years to go cowhide, and they can grow this in 3 weeks.
Now what's the, and now cowhide is pretty tough. Is this as tough as cowhide?
It is. They've managed to work it. They have machines working it, so it's very tough. It's just as stiff and hard as leather.
But is it modified mushrooms or is it like, let's go
No,
big?
it's specially grown stuff that uses basically ag waste. It uses sawdust and things we don't need. And it's biodegradable. You can throw it in the garden and it will slowly rot after a couple years of being on.
How much water does it require?
It requires almost no water. Thank you.
Amazing.
So cowhide, well, we're going to actually repeat it back for later, but a basic pound of beef makes 2,500 gallons of water to make it. This stuff is just a couple gallons of water per sheet.
I'm just curious, who here would wear mushroom leather?
Hell
All these
yeah.
rebels.
Hell yeah.
Might be the most popular person at Whole Foods, I'm telling you.
So Ron just said that the beef, a pound of beef, takes 2,500 gallons. Okay, and then also it takes 5,000 gallons of water to manufacture a T-shirt and a pair of jeans.
What are you
There
doing?
go, dude. Thanks, dude. Thanks a lot.
Make you feel those guilty
You
first.
guys are monsters.
Take off all your clothes right now.
It's the only fair
It's
thing.
the only way you can.
And then what?
We haven't gone that far.
Quickly, we also explained, because my coworkers is also doing structural materials with mycelium, so we can build homes.
Yeah, they can make building materials. They can make containers for packing. Places for cardboard. This material grows really quickly. It's all biodegradable and it's super cheap. So.
Wow. So mushrooms are the future in terms of.
Yes.
The artist name's Phil Ross. You can look him up on the internet.
And,
he sells furniture made too.
And Sophia Wang.
Sophia Wang.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sophia Wang is going to use mushroom leather? Is she related to beer?
She's in mushroom level. She's got it right now.
Can we do 3D? 3D mushroom leather.
3D. 3D. I think 3D must 3D.
That's pretty 3D to me.
This is 2D. Yeah, I'm trying to go there.
I mean, a mushroom is 3D.
Do you mean 3D printed?
I mean to force mushroom to grow in forms of buttons.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's a great idea.
Great question.
can you force it to grow like?
Actually, they could.
Have you seen the trees that grow like a chair? I mean, you can make a tree grow a specific way. Just
You really could. You really could. They just lay in flat sheets, but they could grow it in forms like a Christmas ornament or a basketball.
That's a good point.
Yeah, beautiful mushroom.
And biodegradable. Very good.
All right.
All right.
Our last question.
Okay. For the fashion aficionados in the audience, what is the most expensive fabric ever made that you know of?
Polyester.
Polyester. It's expensive as a fashion statement, but in terms of money, how much? What's the most expensive thing that you think is made out of fabric? We have two answers. Get either one.
Oh, we have
There we go.
Two answers.
We live in San Francisco.
There's two answers.
Certainly, there's only one most expensive.
Answer's leather.
No. We're actually talking about a specific single item.
A single item.
Levi's
You want to
denim.
take another guess?
What's that?
Levi's denim.
No, not the material.
Much
It's a
more
single
expensive.
item. Like you're wearing a single item.
Silk.
There is. That's very close. You want to tell us what kind of silk? That is.
What kind of silk?
What is it?
There's another question. Anybody have the other answer?
It's
That's right.
Spider silk.
Spider silk?
Spider silk.
All right.
Is that it? Is that what spider
Any other ideas? So there's one other answer.
Oh, I guess I'll be over here.
Wait, give us a clue.
That sounds like an indie band. Doing the spider silk and thought about it.
It was a very expensive dress. That expensive was the most expensive dress. We're going to read both of
It's a
them.
particular dress.
There's a hand right there.
Where?
J-Lo's Oscar.
Right behind your back.
It's a bag.
How about a purse?
No, it was a dress. Okay.
Wait, I have a guess.
Okay,
Yes. Was it a meat dress?
The Queen of England's dress made out of pumpkin seeds?
That is a good answer, and I did not even know that was the case. But I think let's give this gentleman, come on up here. Let's give him Eureka.
I'll show it.
Everyone at this show is going to feel guilty because you got another shirt. Controlling my friend, I have to read it right. Not honestly,
Expensive piece of clothing.
shirt was made from mushrooms. So never throw that away.
Wait, what's the
There's a spider
answer?
on it. Kill the environment. It's not intentional.
So the first most expensive piece of fashion culture ever made, $14 million, worked with red diamonds, $18 million.
Red diamonds?
Diamond William.
Looks like a tablecloth.
It looks like a tablecloth.
Yeah.
I don't know if
That was what my great grandmother wore in the 1800s.
Grandma's tablecloth.
Who made this dress?
Diamond William.
Okay. They didn't know about it.
That's like the popular answer. Here's my answer. Next slide. So, spider silk. This piece of fabric is about 44 square feet. It was made in a monastery or in a site in Madagascar. They wanted to use spider silk, so they got thousands of these orb spiders, and they put them in a machine, and they would spin. They would put 18 of them together, get the spider silk, and spin them into about 500 foot pieces of spider silk. Actually produced spider silk, but it turns out that cost like a few $1 million, and then the goat died, and that was a bummer. And they didn't even make this much silk from it.
How did the goat was producing spider silk?
They used molecular biology to do that.
They used like LSD to think this is a good idea. Come on, this way. So where was the silk coming out? Where the milk would come out?
Yeah, it came out of the milk.
Oh, the poor goats, tripping balls. Oh my God!
Marvel is out of ideas for movies, so they're telling this story.
So basically, spider slavery made that?
Spider slavery.
Yeah, so the spiders probably also did not like them, like doing this that much, and it was a lot of trouble. So next slide.
They try to unionize.
So there is
Good one.
that silk is made from bacteria. The bacteria producing the spider silk. There's a couple companies. One of them here called Bull Threads is making spider silk for everybody to have, and they're over here in East Bay, and they're producing yard after yard after yard of material right now.
Did you say it's stronger than Kevlar?
Yes, it is.
Why don't we make the bait bridge out of
second
spider
weight?
So everybody in Oakland needs to wear this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, some awesome guy.
When we're all shooting each other, we'll be
And so it's all different types. It's like ties or anything else.
They want to make all kinds of clothes, and eventually there's something called scale. So over time, the silk will get cheaper and cheaper, and someday we'll all be able to wear spider silk. It will be the same or cheaper than regular silk.
Someday.
So how does the bacteria produce spider silk?
So what they do is actually clone a gene out of the spiders that makes the silk. There's one gene that produces the silk, and it's a very difficult gene to work with. It takes a lot of specialized expertise where they manage to squeeze it into an E. coli bacterium, and then when they get the E. coli working, they'll just start spitting out the protein for the silk, and I've actually been there, and they have all of these spools of thread coming off of the E. coli incubator, just like a big bottle of E. coli spinning away, just like the spider, but it can't complain as much. It doesn't eat the both E. coli, it spins it out, and they can use that to make fabric. That's what it is. Happening right here in your hometown.
Who's doing this? Wait, what I want to know is E. coli.
I'm proud of, I think, in like 2 minutes of poop jokes. Genes into E. coli to make spider silk?
I think it'd be amazing if they could like insert it into humans. But like, hey baby, I got something I have to tell you. You know? There's something special about me. I'll show you where the spider silk comes out. But it's stronger than steel.
You're a man of steel.
I'm a man of steel.
Right about this weekend.
So pull on this rope.
Keep going, dude.
I'm just saying, look at the goat. What do you think I would do?
That's disgusting.
It's disgusting. How much do these things cost now?
Right now, it's like $100 for the
Hey, baby,
tie.
go on this.
So over time, technology gets cheaper and cheaper. That's a sign of technology. And so what we have here is something that's going to start expensive and get cheaper and cheaper until everybody can have it. That's the idea.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Yeah. Got a good question.
Can you estimate about how many spiders and how long it would take to make that tie?
Ooh, that tie is about a quarter pound. I think that's about 24,000 spiders.
Wait, how many?
Yeah, and what you have to imagine is going out and getting the spider, putting your hand in it, locking it down. They lock it down so the throat's locked into a little guillotine, and then
This is the job I
and they give it that, and they pull the spiders out.
spiders? Was that a job?
That was a job. That was a job for lots of people. And you thought that we may be working at McDonald's, and some of your
These spiders like on Postmates, they do this for like $5.
That's right. They're paying minimum wage, probably too.
Where are the spiders found?
So this project was actually in Madagascar,
Oh, okay.
where they have a lot of these spiders.
Wow.
So it seems like do you guys feel like you've learned a lot?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Awesome, great to hear.
Great. We can open up some questions. Anyone
Yeah,
have
questions?
Question for Ron?
All right, hold on, we have a question.
As a man who studies technology and biology, or specifically biotechnology, I'm just wondering if you think there needs to be a line drawn somewhere between the words biotechnology and then technology. When I talk about that, I mean specifically things like smartphones and nanotechnology, because it's one thing to replicate a gene and put it into another animal. But when you actually start blending humans with machines themselves, do you believe that that is a natural course of evolution? As you were talking about scientific biology being a natural process itself, I was wondering if you think that's...
Yeah. Would that go me?
Yeah, there you go.
We'll take this question.
I think that what's going to happen as we get more modern is that the lines will get blurred all the time. But we use human genes all the time. A lot of people use human genes all the time. So insulin that we inject, the diabetics use to inject into their arms, that's a human gene. If we didn't have that, we'd have to get it out of pigs. We'd have to use like 1 million pigs' pancreases to get one injection, right? So, and we might have, someone might use 2 or 3 of those a day, right? So, in many cases, there isn't really a line you can say, let's use human genes here, let's not use human genes there. But genes are pretty wimpy. If there's an organism with an extra human gene in it usually doesn't do anything. It doesn't they can't lift cars or reflect bullets on its chest. It's usually weaker if anything.
So is your answer to blend biology with technology and every field possible?
We put transistors in everything now, right? There's transistors, people put transistors under their skin, they're in their watches, they're in their clothing.
In our refrigerators.
People want to put it in our shampoo. And so I think that we're going to actually blend more and more with the genetic background of the world, and we're going to get a lot of benefits out of it. Like your dishwasher detergent has 20 different enzymes or 30 different enzymes from 30 different organisms that are found in the earth, and it just makes your laundry cleaner, really. And then it not.
That's a laundry I do, actually. This is the most I've ever discussed laundry in my entire life.
That's right.
Do we have another question from the audience?
Any more?
All right, hold on.
I have a question. What do you think, can science answer on a kind of uncontrolled growth of population on the planet, on Earth?
Do you want to repeat that?
Can science control the overpopulation on the planet?
Not control. Nobody can control. It's not even on our list. We talk about cure. We don't talk about control of population.
Control.
We multiply in kind of geometrical progression. But in how long will science help to kind of feed us, cure us, save from the big diversion of cows and planets?
All right, let's enter genetics.
Is it short answer poison?
Yeah, I think people as an environmental catastrophe are something that science really doesn't have any. There really isn't a question about it that we are a complete catastrophe as far as I'm concerned. But it's a social question about how we're going to do about it. We're here, can't exactly ask people to leave. So how do we sort of become more in balance with the Earth? Is to be more efficient. So biotech is one way of lessening our impact on the Earth. It would be great if we all decided to have fewer children, but
San Francisco doesn't need to be reminded of that.
No, just hang out market.
Fewer dollars, maybe. Okay.
Science has a lot of solutions. We've solved disease in the past. We're solving food production today, water purification today.
Didn't solve Mothra.
Mothra, not yet.
Solve that.
Not yet. Boring beetles. All right. Should we take any more?
Any final questions for close on out? All right.
Let's give it up for our guest.